girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their
Hello everyone and welcome. Crash here, this is RTA Motorsports, and yeah, we're gonna be jumping into some iRacing action now. Let's actually lower this down a little bit. I'm adjusting the noise gate on the microphone because I actually am noticing a little bit of noise actually coming through. And if you're new to the channel, we just recently moved. And this is going to be my new office setup. I'm going to be doing an office tour once I verify everything's actually working. So get everything working first, and then yeah, we'll kind of go from there. Let me make sure got chat going. I don't chat up. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, it's definitely been a really long time. It's taken me a long time to get really the energy to do this and get everything going again. Want to make sure chat is actually working on the screen, which I don't think it is. Of course, I decided to do an update, and I think that kind of messed things up a little bit. There we go. All right, I think I got chat working now. Let me test it one more time. But we got a race coming up any moment now. I think it's supposed to be starting real soon. And in true Crash fashion, we have only been doing updates. Hey, Sadie. This is nostalgic. I'm gonna just throw a quick. Oh, there it goes. Popped up on screen. Good deal. For you to know. Oh, okay. All right. What caused the name change? I can see chat now. Yeah. There we go. All right, so let's get the rig going. I got the belts going. If you guys are wondering what this belt setup is, this is the Sim Experience G belt. And definitely need to do a video on that. I have a lot of things that we need to get videos going on, but I wanted my rig to be reliable. And that was something that we were kind of struggling with for a little bit. Huh, okay. Oh, okay. Really? All right. I don't think I've ever noticed that. I normally remember seeing your actual screen name, Sadie Panama, show up. Maybe I've just been out of it for so long. Getting the vertical stream set up. There we go. Have you guys ever tried Assetto Corsa Rally yet? Still early access, but darn cool so far. While I was making sure everything was working, I kind of had some time to jump in and actually get some rally time in. It was a lot of fun, surprisingly. All right, so let's get on the track. I don't know how much longer I have before the race session starts. I don't know if that's Wiper. Gotta make sure my pit speed limiter button's definitely gonna be working. Alright, so we're at Lime Rock. We're in the Ford Mustang. Not really a car that I drive too often, but figured it would be fun. Completely blind. Very much hard to see through there. All right. Yeah, this car sounds amazing. I'm not a Mustang guy, but it really does sound good. Trying to get a handle on how this car handles this track. I will say though, the car does feel big on this track. It really does. This race session up in the top right. Now, there's been a lot of updates to Iracing recently. I want to see when race session's actually supposed to start. Kind of feel like the noise gate's still kind of getting me. Move that down a little bit. All right, let me see what we're looking like for the race session. there any way to really see it on here? Oh, we only got 2 minutes left before the race session. All right, let's get on track. So we didn't miss it. I was kind of worried that we were missing it, but we're not. Yeah, my pit speed limiter is not bound correctly, so we're going to have to do that before the race starts. The UI in Iracing is really nice too now. Ooh, this car's like understeering like crazy with cold tires. Interesting thing is, if you're new to this channel, you also know I always have a lot of computer related issues no matter what the build is. One thing I discovered is I have a motion cancellation sensor attached to the rig that connects to my motion software, so when I'm in VR it cancels out the motion and makes it feel a little bit more natural. It doesn't do that big of a deal, that big of a job, because really this motion rig, it moves a lot but not really that much for it to matter too much. But in moving, I was reconnecting all my USBs and I discovered that the USB that motion sensor was attached to was actually melted in the USB and it was still reading it. So my motion software is still seeing that I had the motion cancellation module in there, but the USB was melted. So I'm sure that caused a lot of my USB related issues that I've had over the years, because I've had that thing for a long time. It was kind of crazy to see that it was causing some sort of short. I should do a stream of the Corvette. Yeah, that would actually be pretty cool. I do need to detail it, so that would actually be kind of a cool video idea, just kind of running everyone through, because I do have a lot of things that are done to the Corvette. Have a custom steering wheel that was made for it. Nothing particularly special, but it does look really nice. I did some paddle shifters to it, some magnetic, kind of like sim racing style paddle shifters. So there are some things that we could definitely talk about. The race not alerting me to get out of the rig. Oh, it still says open soon. I'm waiting for it to alert me. There we go. Click race on the replay screen. Oh, right there. Man, it's been too long. I almost couldn't figure out how to enter the race. No, it's a Stingray. Stingray. Z51 3LT car. So it does have a good amount of options in it, as like front end lift and all that. I do have springs that I bought for the car to lower it about an inch. I was actually just planning on doing the fronts, because being that I have front end lift, the coilovers, you can't like adjust them like you can in the rears. The rears I could adjust. So I was thinking about just doing the springs in the front and then just adjusting the rears down to make it level. But I bought those probably about, they were on a Black Friday sale. Still have yet to install them. But yeah. So there's quite a few things we could definitely talk about. I just haven't done too much yet to really get things going. Thank you. And I also did an exhaust on the car too. I have the Borla Attack crazy valved exhaust on that car. All right, so we're actually racing in the Iracing GT3 America's circuit. I mean, America's, wow, can't think today. The Iracing GT3 America's race session. And this is obviously at Lime Rock. We're in the Ford Mustang GT3 car that I don't really ever really race, but I do like the car. I love the sound of the car. The car is crazy. I would love, just Sadie, just to go back, I would love the Z06. No VR today. Well, at least no VR now. I may go down. I still have my VR packed. So we just moved. I just got my rig pretty much done and set up and working. This is really my first stream to test it to make sure it's running right. But I do have it in boxes downstairs. So I do know where it is. I could get it. Just I would have to move a lot of boxes around to get to it. Bro came in the stream just to see me staring at something. Oh, we're going to be getting in the car. Don't worry. We'll get in that car soon. There we go. All right, so race session's about to start. All right, here we go. So qualifying, got 8 minutes to qualify. Here we go. What do you guys feel about this virtual mirror at the top? Never really raced with it, but being that I didn't really go through the graphical settings too much to turn it off, I haven't done it yet. But I was thinking about leaving it up. You guys race with the virtual mirror up? If you're noticing my rig moving around, I do have a Prosimu 3 Degrees of Freedom motion rig. Woo! Little slide there. Little slide action. Use the mirror. I do have the other mirrors on. I know right now you can't see it, but I do have the other interior cockpit mirrors. And that's normally what I run with. I normally never really run with the virtual mirror, but car feels so big on this track. I probably would have normally driven the Porsche. This is not going to be the faster of the 2 laps for sure. The only thing I was really unable to find so far is my gloves. I only found one glove. All right, so let's we're probably gonna have to go in the pits at some point during this race. I don't know how long. I didn't even check to see how long the race session is. Let's pit limiter. All right, there we go. So far, everything seems to be running really good. I so far have no complaints. If you've seen in the last house we were in, I had that wheel mount, that wheel board with the backlight. I had it horizontal, and I flipped it vertical and then moved all the mounts. So that way it's going to be on the side there. That back room is actually my wife's office back there. So, yeah. I don't know, but I do have other things that are in this office that I may move the camera view a little bit. I do have some artwork over here. I have a cool LED light over here, but all that's off camera, so it's not really helpful right now. But still kind of figuring out the setup here. All right, so we got 2 minutes until the race session starts. See where we're going to be. So far, we're qualifying like midfield. I'm imagining we're going to get pushed back quite a bit. And I kind of wonder what the other cars are using, or other drivers are using car-wise. Yeah, there we go. We're getting pushed down a little bit more. So now P10. Kind of had a feeling that would happen. Hey, what's going on? Cool for real. Yeah, definitely a long time. Again, I just finally moved and still not done unpacking. We still got some boxes up here, but I have the rig finally together, have my desk together, and yeah. Work's been taking a lot of my brain energy that I would normally use to get the rig going. So finally got the motivation to get it going. But yeah, so happy to be back in the rig. I should have just kept going during the qualifying and got some practice laps in. I'm so used to the bigger tracks where you only have maybe like 10, 20 seconds of buffer between the two laps for the entire 8 minutes of qualifying. I mean, this one only takes like 50 seconds to get around. There we go. 30 seconds. 25 seconds. We're almost going to be gridding up. Ten seconds. It looks like it's only going to be a 20-minute race, but at a small track like this, it could be a lot of work because you are very close to not only the cars around you, but cars behind, cars ahead. You start running into any damage, you get lapped multiple times and you have to constantly get away from people. So a little nervous. Not really. Maybe a little bit, because it's my first race back with the setup. I want to make sure that I don't take everyone else out. That's kind of the big thing. You don't want to ruin other people's day, especially for lack of practice, right? But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to just try to race safe and hang back as much as possible if I need to. Only take opportunities when they're opening themselves to us, because it was kind of a handful just staying on the track, really. But I'm excited. I mean, everything seems to be working really well. The webcams aren't skipping or any of that other stuff that used to happen like crazy. And I think, again, a lot of it was, and I still have it double-sided taped to my rig, but I couldn't believe that it melted my USB power strip. I mean, if I would have had it directly connected to my motherboard, probably could have caused some serious damage. And honestly, don't know how that happened, because it's passive. There's no power going to it. It doesn't have its own power supply. As far as the motion cancellation sensor that I have that communicates with Sim Racing Studio. That's my motion software I use for my Prosimu motion rig. Must have just have a faulty sort of motion cancellation sensor. Yeah, I really don't know how it melted the USB, to be honest with you. Got a lot of vets in here. Probably would have been the move was to go with the Ferrari 296. I know that car, or the Porsche. The vet's good too, and obviously I'm, you know, a vet fanboy. But I know that 296, at least from my experience when I drove it, it felt very light on the front end and very darty. And this is a very tight track, and it felt smaller, which would be important for a track like this. Because right now I feel like this car barely fits on this track. It just feels so big. All right, here we go, guys. Yeah, yep. Yeah, USBs can mess up your system if you got an issue going on. That Porsche taillight is small. We got a car off track. We got a car on the inside. Car smacked me on the inside of that turn. We got another one going off track. That is a Ferrari. Darn it. We spun out. We spun out. I don't know if the car behind smacked me because I saw him go right off track as well. Why no helmet? So the harness itself is actually motion. So it's called the Sim Experience G-Belt, and it moves. You probably see it switching back and forth, and it gives me the sensation of G-forces. So if I get off the throttle, it cinches up, kind of like feeling like you're getting pushed into the seatbelts. Or in any turns, it kind of simulates that motion too. The rest of my rig is moving, and that's giving me overall suspension. You see it cinching up there when I'm on the brakes. That's giving me forward G-forces. I got too much on the throttle, I think. Yeah. Starting to catch some more people. No. Try to dive a little bit deeper into the braking zone. That did not work out. Alright, we're getting a little bit more of a hang of it. That was so much smoother. I was able to keep it in on the apex a lot better. way too fast. Darn. Darn. A lot of it is I need to keep my eye on the apex. Like letting my eyes look at the trees and one thing, this car really brakes super well. Darn it, darn it, darn it. Man, it just caused some damage. Getting sloppy. That was a lap car, but still was a little nerve-wracking getting by him. Tried to carry a little bit more speed and we ended up getting it off track. Let's see, we're coming up on Gregory Galdi. Seconds ahead. Got debris at the track. Oh, we had an incident up here. Looks like P11, P12. Pass on the outside. And we made it by. We made it by. We are coming up on P10 right now. Looks like that was quite a large incident. A lot of people slowed down. Got a train of cars up ahead. We're currently, looks like P12? No, we're currently P10. P10. Oh, Porsche stopped on the inside there. Not really sure what the heck happened there. I don't know if he, had just too much damage, had to go back to the pits. Got William Brown 49 right behind us, 2 seconds back. That's the lead car. Bunch of people in the pits right now. go off. Don't go off. Ah, we just went off. That's one way to let William Brown, the lead car, by. We got 30 seconds left of the race session. I did not want any more incident points, and we got another one, unfortunately, but we have made it back to the top 10. White flag is out. White flag is out. There we go. All right, let's see if we could pull up any incidences here and see what may have happened, because there was there was quite a bit. Let's see, race events. All right, so first event we're looking at. Last time I used this race events, it actually changed the replay. It doesn't seem to be doing that this time. Maybe there's an update I need to do. Yeah, I don't really see how to change that. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It was cool to kind of be back. First race back. All right, let's switch this over. We got a new race session starting in 20 minutes. I may just jump in there. I don't know. Should I stay with the Mustang, being that we just got some practice in it? Or should I try a different car? I'm not really sure. But yeah, that's really want to see how the race events things work, because that's supposed to be giving us the ability to kind of like rewind and go through. Maybe I'll keep Race Labs on a different screen here. Keep race. All right. All right, so you know what? I think what we're going to use, I think we're going to stay with the Mustang, being that we, well, you know what? Let me go Corvette. Being that we got some time to practice, let's go Corvette. That's what we'll do. We'll go Corvette. I like it. You're enjoying the practice session. We got 18 minutes until the race starts. Man, but that uphill, huh? It's like a perfect right-hander. It's kind of crazy. The only thing with my rig right now that I need to get figured out, that I noticed during this race, and I actually noticed it when I was kind of getting things set up in a Assetto Corsa rally a few days ago when I was just testing it out, was in Sim Racing Studio. It's connected to tactile transducers that are in my seat to give me some rumble effect, right? And I got the rumble effect kind of situated the way I like it. I have engine effects, ABS, all that. Periodically, it stops and then restarts. And it just keeps doing it like on a repetitive basis. And it may just be a USB input. Maybe I just need to move it to a different USB entirely, or I do have a USB add-in card. Maybe I need to move it to that, or if it's on that, maybe to straighten the back of the motherboard. But I have a feeling it's something like that because it's a very periodic connect, disconnect, connect, disconnect. And it'll stay active for maybe, I feel like I have something between my teeth. It'll stay connected for maybe about like 30-40 seconds, then it disconnects for like 5, then stays connected. So it's, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it is a little distracting. Right.
Matching car and track data found in Sim Experience database. Profile modified.
All right, so now we are inside the Corvette, and this is the Z06 GT3. So we'll give this one a try. Oh. I'm over here taking off in reverse. Now, because we're so much lower to the floor, this feels a lot smaller straight out of the gate. Wow, this feels kind of crazy. I just had a lot of stuttering there for some reason. This feels quite a bit different. Hopefully I don't regret the decision, but I can see a lot more of the track. This feels a lot more open. I feel like we can actually get through here better. I'm not guessing where the monuments are at the apex. I actually kind of like this. The gearing is quite a bit different though. You can see I'm in third gear, and that's kind of similar to like what I was experiencing in second gear in the Mustang. We got people all over the track right now. Oh, okay. I can see exactly where the apexes are and get my way right through them. So Mustang handled really well, especially when the tires were warmed up. We'll see how this car is and how this car fares. Oh, Mustang right into the wall. Oh, jeez. See you later, brother. That hurts. Ah, there I go. Just too much. Right into the wall. Oh, no. Woo! Almost caught us there. All right, let's start back from the pits again. Good thing we have a practice session. A lot of it too is just, you know, the car wants to put all the power down. When you put your foot down, there's no like, there's no real buffer there. The car is super powerful. So just learning this car, the fact that I was on cold tires, has a lot to do with it. And I have to really modulate my brake and my throttle a little bit better. It does handle differently than the Mustang. Very understeering. It's one thing I'm kind of noticing. The cold tires, hopefully it gets better when the tires warm up, but I am definitely understeering like crazy right now. This is a fixed setup race session. A lot of it may just be it needs some brake to get the weight on that front end to get it to turn in a little bit better. You can see I'm just fighting to get that front end to want to turn in. May have to just tap that brake, but you know, just getting used to doing that. Jeez. I thought maybe it would actually brake a little bit better than it did. I was being a little overconfident with the braking. Give it a little tap. I was like maybe 15%, 20% of brake, just to kind of get the nose to bite a little bit. It does brake, but it's like, I don't know, the nose of this car just feels, it feels like the setup just wants to understeer. I wonder if there's a high downforce version on this fixed race, because this is a fixed race session. I definitely don't want to go back to the Mustang, because I really love being able to be so close to the track surface and seeing those apex monuments as good as I am. It makes this car feel a lot smaller on the track, and this is a really tight track, so that's definitely nice. Now turning in is a lot better. So maybe it just took a little bit to get some heat in the tires. See, I'm almost like, now it feels like I'm gonna overcome the rear tires a little bit, how much it's willing to turn in. So So that took probably about like 4 laps. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, now it's really turning in. Oh, geez. Let's see if we can. Still understeering, but I didn't get it into the apex. That was my fault. Definitely driver error there. Definitely does feel a ton better. That's for sure. I couldn't really see over the crest of the hill too well, or that outside strip, so in the Mustang. Whereas in this I can see, not over the crest, but I can see at least that outside rumble strip and know that I'm still on the track surface. It's just a little bit more guessing. I guess you could like adjust your seat position and really know where you are. Missed the apex there. That's probably the smoothest transition through there I've done. A little bit in the dirt. I'm gonna go back to the pits for a second. I don't think there's anyone really around me. Let's see. One thing I want to do is I do have a let's see. I do have a an overlay. There we go. I had an overlay that did my like projected lap time. And I wanted to set that. There we go. I wanted to set that down at the bottom here. So that way, I'm making good use of that. But yeah, that no name straight into the uphill section, that chicane that is rough, but I feel like with this car, I have like a better chance. Probably that McLaren that's ahead of us. That's who won, or that's what won that last race. I don't know if that would be the best fit for this track. Definitely seen a lot of Ferraris crashing, and maybe just the immense power behind that car, just spinning cold tires. Because cold tires seems to be kind of a factor. It really does. I also wanted to try something, and maybe we'll take out some of the distraction from this audio cutting in and out on my transducers. I did want to maybe lower them down a little bit, see if maybe like a bandwidth issue or something. They're still on. Nope, they just turned off and back on. If you see my rig shaking now, it's because I do have the engine haptic on the motion rig. So, some I want to try there. Let's see how this works out. Well, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, but everything is shaking. And yeah, it's working though. It's working. It feels pretty cool. All right, let's give this a try. I do still feel the engine shaking. There we go. The amount that this car understeers with cold tires kind of alarms me though. Alright, what the heck just happened? Everything just went inverted. I think I changed something. And all the motion telemetry just went wonky on me. I don't know if you noticed that. Anytime I hit anything on the right side, see if Race Labs actually has it's not alerting me of an update. Very strange. I don't know. The race events on Race Labs was working, where as you click them, it would kind of bring you through each event that happened. Not really sure why That doesn't seem to be working. There we go. There's a race session. All right, so we'll give this our best shot. We'll see how this works out. I am very bummed out about this race event's not really doing its thing, though. All right. Get at least a little practice in, but you know, I turned engine haptic back off again because that was like the only thing I really did. And I don't know why. I don't know why everything would go inverted. Very strange. All right. Yeah, everything's correct again, it seems. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was because I put rumble strips on super high. And like, so just the telemetry of the rumble strip, if I ran over it, it just kind of did whatever it did. It overcame any other effect. I think that's what... Everything is running really good, Jesse. Look who's live. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How are you doing race events? Because in Race Labs, there's a race events feature, and I did not practice with it, but I messed around with it a few days ago, and it was actually changing my replay to, you know, those specific events. Anytime I clicked on an event, it just went down the list, and now it's showing me the events. It really is, but it's not moving my replay in the title. I don't know if it's because I'm racing on full screen or if I have to go to windowed mode. I was going to mess around with that once the race is over. Yeah, everything is running really good now. I'm still in NVIDIA Surround. All right, here we go. Qualifying first time by. Missed the apex. All right, 51.010. That was much faster than our last race that we did with the Ford Mustang. I think I qualified in that one with like a 53.5 or 53.4. I know it was 53 and it was in some change. So quite a bit better there. But how do you, isn't there like button combination within iRacing to go to the different events that are happening on track or during a race session? So now is a long wait. We got 3 minutes and 50 seconds. I was going to do some practice, but I decided a little bit against it, only because I don't want to tire myself out or start getting too used to how the car feels with heat in the tires. Because, man, the beginning of the race is kind of, it's going to be a sketch with all that understeering. But, yeah, it told me like 11 seconds in. I go to, it says 11.1 seconds, pit exited. But it's not actually doing anything. Looks like William Brown's going to be in this session again. Looks like he did a 50.592. Let's see where we are. So far, we're P3 with a 51.010. kind of unfortunate right here. It doesn't say what car they're driving. But we got Juan Tavares is a 50.722. So we're about, you know, 0.6 of a second off around there. Yeah, 0.6 of a second off from the lead car, William Brown, where last race we were lapped by him. Now. In the replay after the race control, +3 on your number pad lets you scroll through the incident. Okay, awesome. Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking for. The only thing is, on my small little keyboard, I don't have a numpad. So I might have to, like, you know, assign a button or something like that. But, you know, that I could definitely do. I'm sure there's a button tied to it. All right, so we actually gridded up P3. So last race we gridded up P11, P12 in the Mustang. But a lot of that has to do with just practice, right? I didn't practice before going into that race, and we just kind of went for it, which we finished the race. We finished race P9. So can't really complain too much about that, to be expected. This one here, I think the Corvette kind of hopefully will better suit this track. I'm just a little worried about the beginning and the cold tires, you know what I mean? These cold tires are going to be an absolute killer. So I am going to do what I can. So right ahead of us is, again, William Brown, 49, who won the last race session. And we were just in that same McLaren. See, our tire temperatures are going up a little bit. Front right just kind of went down. I see the lead guy's kind of doing some things with his car to get the temperature up a little bit. Mine just went up a few degrees. Definitely don't want to understeer. That's the goal. All right, let's see what he's going to do. All right, we got a good start there. Good start. My gosh. Oh, we got major damage. Oh my gosh, you are absolutely kidding me. Do we have fast repair? We do not. Oh. What happened? You are kidding me. At least I didn't take anyone out. We're not gonna get fuel. Wow. I just know this is gonna take forever to fix. So it says optional repairs are gonna be 5 minutes. Yeah. We'll try to go out in about a minute, and let's try to see what the heck just happened. I have no rear end to the car. That's just great. I didn't get hit in the rear. I didn't get pushed. Did I touch the grass? No, I didn't touch the grass. Hey, man. It's got to be just that outside monument, that outside apex I went on. And it was just enough to kind of upset the car, I guess. My gosh. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at this. I'm turning the wheel like almost 90 degrees, and it's not happening. I don't see how Iracing is allowing me to get back on track like that. That should be a mandatory repair. Well, let's go through, and we got 4 minutes left before all the optional repairs are done. Then the car should be drivable. I'm going to be complete last place, but definitely going to finish the race. Not going to just force quit out of it. Let's go to replay options. Let's see. All right, so next incident and previous incident. I actually have some controls here that we could I like it. Okay. There we go. This is currently what's going on track there. Oh, he got so lucky. He almost smacked the wall. He's just having a hard time. He was also a part of another incident. I guess maybe that was an off track. Oh. But it's even doing like off tracks and stuff like that. Oh, okay. All right, let's get back on track. So overall, the system's running pretty good. Yeah, definitely. I think it was that curb, but I didn't think it was that bad. Like, I didn't think I upsetted the car that bad for it to just completely come around, and I didn't think I was completely on throttle. I don't know. It just felt like it was too much, but you know, what can you do? We'll get back on track here. If the car is completely undrivable still, I probably will get out of the race session, and we'll see about joining the next one. It's just going to really tank the I rating really bad. But so I really don't want to do that if I don't have to. I rating's already hurt quite a bit. Trading paints. How do you turn that on? That's a piece of software you have to install, right? It's been years since I messed with trading paints. I mean, probably 2016, 2017. I want to say is the last time I did anything with trading paints. So definitely don't have it on. If it is something I need to mess with outside of iRacing. And, you know, if the car is completely unusable right now. No, it's actually drivable. Okay. All right, there we go. Get back on track. Get out of everyone else's race session. Kind of, you know, it suits me right because I was talking up this Corvette so much and how I qualified P3 and all that, and probably better suited for this track, and I immediately put it in the wall. I feel like I still don't have a rear wing. The rear end kind of feels a little bit sketch. I kind of wonder if I do. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna have to maybe after this race session we'll check out trading paints and see if we can get that installed. I could have sworn I did it a long time ago, but you know, there's been so many installations and reinstallations of iRacing that I'm sure I don't have it active anymore or in the system at all. did it again. Almost followed that guy right off track. Yeah, I'm using Race Labs. I've never actually used Race Labs in VR though. Have you, Jacob Seibel, have you used Race Labs in VR? Is it purely just to get any of the overlays? Whoa, whoa! You gotta be kidding me. Oh, I got wheel damage now. That's great. Let's just get back to the pits. What I would love is a piece of software that enables you to see your rig in VR. Like, be able to ghost in your setup. So that way I can see my button boxes and whatnot. That's what I would love. I can't believe we got damage again from that Porsche coming across track. Another minute and 40 of optional repairs. We'll do it. I know, right? But yeah, very curious about Race Labs and their VR component. I know they have a ton of overlays. But in VR, I don't really use too many overlays. I try to just like keep it to just a car. And really Crew Chief. I don't know why I'm not using Crew Chief at all. Completely forgot that there's Crew Chief that I would normally turn on. So while we're waiting on this, let's do that. Probably going to be an update I'm going to have to do anyway. Yeah, the next race we'll get them. We'll do another race right after.
Mic check. Can you hear me now? Okay, great. That's a new fast lap for 150.49.
All right, we got 20 seconds left. 18, 17. So what do you use it for, though, Jacob Seibel? Just for the overlays, like seeing their relative, maybe a map? What are you using it specifically for? What do you find beneficial in VR?
Got some traffic on your exit here. Watch your mirrors. Okay, disengage limiter.
Oh my gosh. Yep, we still got damage. Oh,
You
this is
have 8
heartbreaking.
incident points.
I know. I probably should have just stayed with the Mustang. All right, I'm just gonna. We only got 3 minutes left of the race session.
Left front, 100%. Left rear, 100.
This race session
Fastest
is
lap 4, bike 50.48.
Oh, okay. Okay, like I think like Assetto Corsa has that, right? What is that? The radar, where it says like it shows like a little yellow like ghosting. An overtake alert? What's an overtake alert? Someone's overtaking or trying to overtake on you? Or... Oh, okay. Sort of like radar. Okay.
Okay, great. It's a new quickest lap for bike 50.48.
I'm gonna wait for a hole.
Track's cooling down. It's now 87 degrees.
Kind of noticed that oh, William Brown is P2. Juan Tavares took P1. Okay.
Two minutes left.
There's not really any hole on track. Everyone's pretty evenly spread out.
All clear here. Watch the line.
Pretty wild.
Alright, blue flag here. That's a new fastest lap for Rodriguez, 50.41.
This is probably as close as we're going to get to a hole on track. The car is all messed up. Let him go by on the inside.
On your right. You're clear right.
Take a quick lap for flight 50.28.
So nowhere near
P17, checker flags out.
the finish that we had on the last race, which what I thought was going to be a better car. But, you know, the very beginning of the race kind of, unfortunately, just started us off not in a good situation. Yeah.
Okay, great. That's the end of the session.
I think we were the first incident of the race session there. See us just kind of coming around. That was the first one we had, unfortunately. We took the whole back of the car off. Wing and all. Wing and all. But I did want to see later on in the race, how did it fare? Looks like we ended up getting the rear of the car back on and wing back installed. The back of the car did feel kind of strange though, but it's all there. So nothing I could really say. All right, let's get out of this race session. We're definitely going to try one more to try to redeem ourselves a little bit there. Oh yeah, definitely would have been fine. So the circuit is Lime Rock. We're gonna try it again. We're definitely gonna race it again though. There should be a session starting up very soon. That was kind of a. Every once in a while you have those. I mean, we wouldn't have been really competitive in the race after the after that first incident and the repairs happened. But I was, getting back on track, and then we had the Porsche that rejoined back on track and kind of came cross track and smacked us, caused even more damage. Sometimes you have those, right? So we got 23 minutes until the next race session. Again, it's going to be at the Lime Rock Park Grand Prix with the chicane on the uphill. I'm going to try engine haptics back on again. I don't know if you're new, if you're just joining in, we tried engine haptics for the motion rig on the last session or the last practice session that we did. And for some reason, I started noticing like inverted force feedback in the rig. Like the rig was kind of doing some weird things. I don't know if it was related to that or some other settings that I was kind of messing with at the same time. But yeah, I definitely like the engine haptics, although it does shake everything consistently all the time. So it can be a little much, especially if you have things that could potentially like jiggle loose. Like I do have my my RPM tachometer here, and it is on like sort of a flexible mount. It's supposed to be solid, but not quite solid. So it just jiggles the entire time.
Lap 4, Scott 50.42.
All right. So again, we got 20 minutes about at this point.
Matching car and track data found in Sim Experience database. Profile modified.
I have to watch cold tires these days in iRacing. First 2 laps mostly depending a bit on the circuit. Yeah, Jesse was definitely giving me a warning on that one. Lost my wang. There we go. All right, so now the haptics are on. You can see now my wheel is shaking just a little bit. I don't know if that's actually being picked up on camera at all, but it is. All right, so let's change this over. And now we're back in the car.
The speed limit is 35 miles per hour. Okay, it's clear. Go, go, go.
Understeer City. Let's see. I can't really see chat the way I have it right now. Let me bring this up a little bit more. Did I see the Mustang versus Kangaroo incident at Bathurst 12-hour race yesterday? I did not. What the heck happened there? That sounds crazy. There was a... what? I'm just getting my chats up right now so that way I can see what everyone's everyone writing there. Let's get back on track. We don't need a new car. It's fine. We're just in a practice. Got Harvey passing through. Damage to the car, and well, was anyone, obviously besides the Kangaroo, was anyone hurt? Any of the drivers hurt? Hopefully not. That could be crazy dangerous. There was also a Mercedes and Porsche incident. Not see any of those. Up. I'm over here just reading kind of what's going on with this race session from yesterday. Not really paying attention to my practice.
You gotta slow down here.
Yeah, I know. Alright, I'm gonna slow down a little bit before I get a black flag. Come on! You can't tell me I'm not slowing down enough. He was in shock. That's crazy.
It's a new fast lap for Michael 49, but 2.
But with all the incidences that happened, anyone get seriously hurt?
E13. Sector 1 is 0.39 off the pace. So we put this lap for Michael 49.05. This car actually fits, watch out.
I thought it was oil at first. That's crazy.
E7. Sector 3 is 0.7 off the pace. Sector 1 is 0.7 off the pace. Current launch just done on 51.46. Fastest lap for Michael 41.05. pace.
All right.
Sector 3 is 0.6.
Braking way too late.
Track limits, pay attention. That's an equipped out for Michael 49.00. The car is just done on 50.73. Six.
That's not a way to drive fast around track. Yeah, we messed that up.
Come on, Greg. You gotta watch the track limit. Seven. Sector 1 is 0.6 off the pace.
Oh! That was no bueno. All right, let's try that again. I really tried to attack the that chicane.
Exit's clear, watch the line.
Oh my gosh. The amount of understeer on these cold tires is crazy. So far, our fastest lap is a 50.8. Sector 1 is 2.3 seconds off the pace.
Sector 2. Sector 3 is 0.7, off the pace. Sector 1 is 0.3, off the pace. Sector 2 is 0.8, off the pace. Gotta watch the track. P9. Sector 1 is 1.1 seconds off the pace. Okay, great. Sector 3 is 0.8, off the pace. Sector 1 is 0.7, off the pace. Sector 2 is 0.45, off the pace.
I'm gonna go back to the pits, get some new tires, and practice again with whole tires. Woo! That was a good little practice run there. Kind of felt like made some improvements for sure. I feel like. All right.
Left front 96%, left rear 99.
We're gonna request a new car. Let's see how long we have until the next race session starts. Three minutes. Only got 3 minutes left. So I think that'll be a good amount of time to just get a little
Car
bit
behind
of
us is just done on 50.95.
little practice. Jeez. Wow.
Okay, great. Good exit's clear. Go, go, go. Pay attention cold. It's getting a little bit of heat built up.
It's crazy how different it is with cold tires.
P11. Sector 2 is a second off the pace. P12. Come on, great. You're a second off the pace in Sector 3. Track limits, pay attention. We just gotta slow down. Gotta give back some time here.
Race session's gonna be starting right now anyway. I'm gonna take a quick break. Let's see. How long do we have until the race session starts? Ten seconds. We'll join the race session, and then I'm gonna run real quick. There's always a little bit of a delay before it says race. All right, there we go. All right, I'll be right back. All right, we're back just in time, apparently. Let's see, we got race session about to start with a qualifying. There it goes. Luckily enough, qualifying doesn't take too long. Each lap is only about 52 seconds or so. So let's get on track. All right, let's get chat up. If it doesn't show the temps. All right, if I look at my tire pressure, if they are around 160, 170 PSI, your tires are up to temp.
Okay, great. We've got 2 laps to get the job done.
Gotcha. It does on the left side there. Thank you, Jacob. Yeah, right now they're like 111, 112, 113. They're going up a little bit. But we'll just get some temps. Get some pressure. Closer.
The leaders just run on 51.33. Okay, great. Sector 1.
See the front left just went green.
Off the pace.
Left rear just went green at 140.
Sector 2 is 0.25 off the pace.
Right front just went green.
E3 at the 2.0 off the pace. You're 2/10 off in sector 3.
Darn it, we messed up that sector.
0.27 off the pace. That's a new fast lap for Gregory with 1.17.
Definitely not the fastest.
T4, okay. Great. You're now 0.6 off the
51.779. I think the last race session we did a 51.010. So, but there was a few opportunities that we could have had here to make it a little bit better. It's unfortunate. But maybe if it puts me a little bit further back, I'll be less pressure to go crazy in the very beginning. Well, I was kind of hoping to be in the high 50s, but we'll take whatever comes to us as long as we have a nice clean race. That last race was kind of a throwaway. Truck Series on that second race. You don't know Cletus McFarland. I'm sure you all do. Getting a little bit careless. Now, would have been my best lap time, but getting a little bit careless. I don't want to do that just before the race starts. Starting to get lazy. But we have about a minute and a half left before the race session starts. Hopefully everyone's having a great weekend. If you're here in the United States, tomorrow's President's Day. Not everyone, but a lot of people are off for President's Day. I'm, lucky enough to have off tomorrow. Historically, I've always worked almost every holiday. I've always been a lower senior person, so it's nice to get some holidays under my belt now and be able to be off on some of these holidays and actually enjoy the rest and recuperation time. That's also another reason why we're finally in the rig, which is absolutely crazy. It's been a long time coming, especially with this move that that me and my wife just did. Definitely a long time coming. I am going to also do a video on these new bezel correction kits that I just randomly came across on Amazon that go from anywhere from a 24-inch monitor to 35 in their base kit. Which is crazy because normally the Asus bezel free kit only does up to like 27-inch monitors. And then you have to, 3D print little spacers to make them work on 32s. These go to 35. And then they also sell another kit that you can extend these all the way up to like 55-inch monitors. They have like an inline connector. I don't really know how it works. I was kind of looking at it and I'm like, I'm not really sure how this spacer would actually work. Maybe for the bigger monitors, you got to space them out a little bit because you got to kind of put one of these triangles in the center, which would kind of cause your monitors to be, I don't know. I really don't know how it works, but yeah, it says up to 55. So pretty crazy. Definitely want to do a video on that because I don't think anyone's even talking about this anymore. But cool thing is whenever I show my rig to anyone in pictures, they're always like, wow, that's a crazy monitor. I don't even see the separation. It's because of the bezel free kit. And it's something that I get to enjoy while in the rig as well. All right, so it looks like we P5 again. We're on the inside. That's we kind of messed up last time being on the inside, but we'll give it a try. We're not gonna have a choice but to give it a try. But yeah, so we want to see our tire temps here hit in the green. It looked like they started to hit around 140. Jacob Seibel said if your tires are not like 160, definitely be careful. So I definitely appreciate the information on that. Because honestly, I never paid attention to that too much. And I never noticed that they turn green once you cross over the 140 threshold. So that's actually very, very good information right there. Yeah, take it easy. That first race, we started 9. No, we started like 11, finished P9 in a Mustang. But I think because I felt like the car was so big and I was so high up, kind of made me more of a cautious driver. The Corvette just kind of makes me feel a little cocky, I think, because it feels hooked up when it is, and when it's not, it's definitely not. It's like a light switch. But that last session was unfortunate. It was just too many Too many bad luck things. Too many bad luck things, so I think we will overcome and we'll be just fine. Alright, here we go.
Okay, rolling start here. Stay behind car 4 on the right side.
Alright, here we go. We're exiting that Sam Posey straight into the Big Bend.
Base speed is 50 miles per hour.
Imagine getting black flag for speeding in the pits there. Imagine Iracing just goes crazy. Starts black flagging everyone on the inside line. Right-hander. No name straight, which is crazy. Yeah, blinker, yep. That's where it got me, right there. It's crazy that it's P1 is blinking. Kind of feel bad for William Brown, who's it looks like he's P2 right now. It's going to be hard to really battle for first place.
Okay, Ray, get ready. Go, go, go.
Car to your left. You're on the left side.
Oh my gosh. I don't want to deal with this. I'm hanging back.
Left side. Still there. Stay with them. Hold your line. Left side clear.
Blinking car is definitely throwing us all off. So everyone's just trying to stay away from them.
Guy ahead of us is Rodriguez.
Oh no! BMW went off. William Brown said, never mind, I'm not doing this today. You're not getting me today, blinking car.
Keep hitting those marks, third. The next car ahead is Gregory. The rating is 0.6.
Everyone's hanging back because they're like, alright, you deal with them. That's not fair, guys. Oh, I felt the front end get really loose there. Almost all my tires are green except for that right rear.
Just 51.55. E2, our last lap was E2.31. Okay, Ray, sector 2 is 0.42 off the pace. Gap 2 for high is increasing. Step 2, 0.9. That's an equipped out for Gregory, 51.13, third. wreck in, left-hander. Looks like it's one. That's your quickest lap. You've just done a 51.46. Car behind's just done a 51.39.
Baby.
Just done a 51.20. That lap was a 51.00. Gap out front is now 1.8 seconds. It's a new quickest lap for Gregory, 50.94. It's a new quick lap for Mike, 50.75. There's an accident in the left-hander. Looks like it's...
Alright, we can get to work now. Woo!
There's a wreck in right-hander. I think it might be Gregory. Second, just run on 51.39.
There we go, here we go.
Mike's getting closer. The gap's down to 4 seconds.
Oh no! Mike's gonna get me now. I tried to do just a little bit more, give it a little bit more. Didn't work out. We didn't lose it at least. Tried to see what else I could do.
There's an incident in turn 6. It looks like a midday. Midday is entering the pits 15. They'll come out just ahead of you.
So rough.
Okay, you've just done on 51.27. That's a new fastest lap for India, 50.74. There's an accident in turn 6. I think it's Al. There's a wreck in Big Ben.
that me? Is that what I did?
We've just run 50.73. That's your fastest lap. Okay, Ray, that's your fastest lap for Joey. 50.63. Good lap, that's your best today. E2. There's a wreck in turn 4. It looks like Rodriguez. It's on the fastest lap for yeah, 50.58. What's your marks when you hold up position? Minutes left.
Let's go!
Okay, great. That's halfway. You've got plenty of fuel left. Good lap. That's the best in this session. Let's have a quick lap for Mike 50.
Mike has got me.
Right side clear.
Stay with it. Next guy ahead of it says Mike, and the rating is 1.0. V3, gap 2. Mike, ahead is increasing. It's up to 1.2 seconds.
I messed that up. Lost a little bit of time there.
Come on, Ray.
I braked way too late and almost went off, man. Oh, well, I did go off, but I almost completely lost it. I gotta focus.
There's an incident in turn 4. It looks like King. The next guy is one lap down.
Thank you.
Side. Keep right.
Gap to Mike ahead is increasing. It's now 2.1 seconds.
It's like I'm losing the front end a little bit. But we'll get it. We'll get it. What's going on? I can't hold that same speed that I was before. You're just jumping in. We're in the Corvette GT3, Z06 GT3 at Lime Rock. We're in a motion rig. That's why the whole rig is moving around. That's why the wheel may appear to be
This
moving.
rig in West Bend looks like it's Christopher.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, great. Gap 2, bike ahead is now 3.0 seconds. You've just run up 51.36. Sector 1 is 0.36 off the pace. You're 2/10 off the pace in Sector 2. You're 10th off the pace in Sector 3. You've got 5 minutes left. Looking good for a podium.
So far we're at P3. We started at P5.
You can use that if you're in. The lap was a 51.41. There's an incident in 4. Looks like it's game. You're breathing. Fine. Dead. Gaps down to 2.9 seconds. We've just run on 8.47.
That was a 50.707.
Con fellows, 6 laps down.
Mess up that entry big time. I hit that block. It pushed me way out.
2 minutes left. You've just done a 51.64. Sector 3 is a second off the pace.
On your left, you're clear left.
That was awesome. Thank you, thank you. White flag is out. White flag is out.
Okay, great. One more lap. Keep it together and we'll be on the podium. That's a podium.
Yeah. All right, there we go. That is definitely one way to completely redeem yourself from that last session. Last session was pretty bad, and we came back in podium. Nice. P3. All right. Let's start from the beginning of the session. Let's take a look at some things that may have happened during this race session. Definitely need to, let's see, let's bring this all the way back to the beginning.
Okay, great. That's the end of the session.
There we go. Start here. See what the first session is. First incident is, that was, I think that was the, no, that wasn't the blinking car. That was a BMW that was just ahead of us. And I was hanging back because of the blinking car. And he did smack the wall. He definitely had some wheel damage there. So there's actually two incidents there. You have the off track and you have the impact. See what this one is here. I don't know why it went to scenic. Nothing there. Next, looks like we're focusing in on this Porsche. Again, went off same, just an off track. No big deal. Next, oh, this was when, oh no, this was behind us. I did not see that there. Oh, don't come across track. Oh, he went, okay. It kind of, because of the depth of field, kind of looked like he was coming across and gonna potentially impact some cars, but that's not what happened. That's good. All right. Oh, we have a Porsche and a Corvette. Porsche hit the Corvette on the inside. Porsche smacked the wall. That's, no, that, it looked like he actually spun out over there. No, there was another Porsche that had another incident as well. Lots of, oh, on the inside there, it took them both out. Didn't check up on the inside. Oh man, didn't give enough room at all. Look at that again. Just came around them and didn't, maybe just thought was going to be ahead of them, but that I mean, you've got to give it a little bit more room. That's for sure. That could have been a tricky situation for a lot of people though. Got some people using the bricks as jumps. Oh! Oh, big incident there. I'm sure that took him out. Off track as well. Well, maybe that counted as an off track? I don't know. I didn't really look that serious. We got the Motul McLaren, or is that the? Yeah, that's McLaren. Uh-oh, now we're focusing in on the Corvette. What's going to happen to him here? Off, just a little off track. Nothing too serious. That BMW ends up coming on by. Oh, that's a, oh, whoa. What the heck? That Ferrari got taken out real hard. It looked like they kind of bumped each other there. As they're coming down, there's a little bit of like, oh yeah, that's completely his fault. He was trying to come out wide. Maybe he thought he was ahead. Hold Wow. Okay. I kind of want to see this from a different camera vantage point. They have a nice grouping there. But he ends up coming out. I mean, he was definitely. I'm impressed that Porsche was able to keep going with no incident whatsoever, like as if nothing happened. Just kept on going. I'm sure that caused some like aero damage, some front end damage, because I mean, you have a car coming across the front of your car, right? But he just drove right through it. He was actually on the grass a little bit too and didn't lose it. Wow. Huge impact. Looks like we're going to be looking at this. Yep. Caught the grass on the outside. Luckily enough, did not hit the wall. See if there's anything else that's a pretty big impact on that other one. A lot of incidents this race. Really like that livery on that Corvette. He was kind of struggling though, it seems like, this race here. That turn seems to be getting a lot of people. Yeah, right here, just another. I don't know if they, if they're counting like little impacts on this surface here as an incident, because I mean that's probably an off track, but some of these don't really seem like off tracks. Oh! I've done that many times. All right. Oh, yeah, he had a bad session, this one here. This is Al Rome. Like my last session was just completely... And once your car gets maybe a little bit of like suspension damage or whatever, it's hard to recover unless you get the car fixed. So even though the car doesn't look like it's damaged at all, I don't know if he has damage, because there is quite a comprehensive damage model in iRacing. All right, so let's exit and let's see what, if anything, this did to my safety rating. Because I think we only had one incident point that race, which was absolutely awesome. And let's see if it actually... All right, so safety rating had a 0.17 bump. I rating went up 83 points. Nice. Man, my I rating hurt so bad. My I rating is so hurt from testing a bunch of different things, and especially in the last house that we were living in. I guess really, let me undo this belt here. Let me take this off so that way you all can see it. And if you're, oh, it's on there. I'm gonna have to pry that off. But yeah, the there we go. Ah, I got it. But yeah, let me get this camera in a way that you all could see. But this device here, it's a very simple sort of motion detection device, made by Wit Motion, and just XYZ. That's all it is. But for some reason, and it may not even be the fault of this, and that's the other thing that I'm kind of wondering. It may not be but the thing is, I have a USB extension, like a USB splitter or whatever you want to call it, and it has like 8 different USB ports on it. They're all USB 3.0. None of my other USBs are having any issues. There was no melting. There's no connectivity issues, except for this one here. This was plugged into it, and This has always been attached to my rig. My USB extension's always been attached to the rig, so I never had to unplug it before. I was just kind of going through and rerouting USB cables, unplugged it, and noticed that the inside of my USB was melted from the extension into this. And there's still like some residue of the blue USB 3.0, you know, that little plastic spacer that's on the inside of USBs that is still melted to the inside of this. But there's no power that goes to this. And there's no power besides normal USB power that goes to that USB splitter. It's not like a powered USB extension, right? Some of them are powered and they have like external power supplies. That's not that. So I'm super baffled that something like this really caused that sort of issue. But it did. And there's really nothing else. I mean, I kind of want to believe that this, if I plug it into another USB, is not going to cause an issue, but every other USB I have is perfectly fine. And if you're new to this channel, just know I have computer issues always, for years. And no matter what build I had, there was always instability issues. There was things unplugging, replugging in. And then not too long ago, I started experiencing just random shutdowns on my PC. My PC would just shut off midstream. And I'm like, what is going on here? Why are we shutting down midstream? It would just shut off. And if you've been in this channel for a while, you know that that used to happen. And that's really what stopped me from making dependable content. I would just be on the PC trying to figure out bugs and trying to fix issues. And I think it all came down to this USB port. And I always said it, and a lot of you said it too. It really seems like there's a driver issue or USB related issue. And I really thought myself that there was some sort of USB issue. And I never would have guessed it being just this little XYZ motion sensor. That just is just like a little motion sensor just to see different directions. That's all it is. It's not powered, but I think it caused havoc to my systems over the years because I've never had my system run this good. And we haven't had a shutdown. So I'm back, everyone. It's awesome. All right, everyone. I'm Crash for this RTA Motorsports. Thank you so much for joining in and hanging out with me. Thank you, everybody. And then also, especially thank you to those that put some tips. Like, for instance, Jacob Seibel, thank you so much for letting me know the optimum tire pressures that I should be looking at and temperatures. Something I never really paid attention too much to, but yeah, definitely on a short track like that, you really have to with those high-powered vehicles. So, yeah, I'm excited to have a working system. Hopefully I'm not jinxing myself. Everyone, stay safe, stay happy, and I'll catch you all next time.